Well, welcome back to Granbury TV, folks. I'm here with Brian Fine, our Fire Marshal. How are you doing?
Doing good.
How has your week been?
So far so good. I mean, we're just kind of doing day-to-day operations right now.
Right. This weather is awesome. I love that it's getting warmer and it's not so cold anymore. And all you have to have is a light jacket, maybe, if that, in the morning.
In the morning, yeah. It's been nice. I mean, yesterday was gorgeous. Today is supposed to be a little bit warmer than yesterday. So, yeah, it's been really nice. That's actually kind of one of our hazards right now. Is you know, we went from that cooler and enough moisture and all stuff to we're now starting to dry out. And as you've noticed, we've seen the wind the last couple of days, and today it's supposed to gust up to 30. So, yeah, that's not something the fire departments and we like. Is you know, like the warm weather, but when you start putting the wind with it and lower humidities and all stuff, the fire danger is definitely going up. And just trying to let everybody know if they're going to be doing controlled burns, definitely check with us, check the weather, make sure it's not going to be windy and those types of things. Even if you got a larger burn, check the next couple of days to see what it is, because you know, some of these brush piles, they'll smolder for a week or so. And if we have 30-40 mile an hour winds coming up, not a good idea to be burning until those are done. So
definitely.
Yeah, and then like I said, then the humidity's been going down too. So that start putting that together. You know, if we get back in the pattern of no rain, then it's going to get bad.
You think that it'll get just as bad as it was last year if we don't have any rain?
Yes. I actually have a meeting tomorrow that it's Texas Forestry, and then all the fire marshals and emergency management coordinators around the North Texas area. We're going to get together and kind of talk about what this year is going to hold for us. I mean, it's what we're seeing right now, and what the predictions are is we're going to see more of the same thing we had last year. Very little rain, winds. Hopefully we won't have the 100+ degree days like we did last year, but it's not looking good. And matter of fact, they're actually even talking about, from now, we're getting into that severe weather, that spring weather where we start seeing the tornadoes and all that stuff. And right now they're talking about that very high possibility this year will be more severe than the tornadoes were last year. Normally we get about, across the nation, we get about 1,300 or so tornadoes a year. Last year we're up at 1,700 tornadoes.
Wow.
And yeah, that's it's like the 4th busiest in his since I've been keeping records on it. So I think the busiest was like in 04 with 1,800.
Wow. But
they're expecting to be more this year. We're kind of at that bottom edge of that tornado alley, but we're still in it. So hopefully we won't get hit with them. But it's gonna be interesting.
Definitely. And but we did get a new addition, the fireboat, so that's a good thing. If it gets as bad as it was last year, we have an extra piece of equipment now, right?
Yeah. Indian Harbor Fire Department took delivery of their fireboat yesterday. It was a well-attended event. The sponsors, it was a really neat thing. About a year ago, I had gone up to Arkansas on vacation, was in the marina, and saw this fireboat that they had. It was an old Coast Guard boat that they had adapted to it. And came back, and Indian Harbor's been talking about a boat for a while, and I just kind of showed him some pictures of it. Well, Bobby Jefferson, who's on Indian Harbor Fire Department, with the blessing of the chief and the assistant chief and the members, decided to just go out and see if he could raise money for it. And the amazing part was we had a lot of private sponsors, but corporations stepped up. Luminant, Brookshire's, I'm going to forget some. Crestwood, which has got the power plant or the gas plant over across from Pecan, and they got one out near Godley. They stepped up. I think it's called the New Car Owners or the Car Dealer Association. They stepped up, and I mean some very sizable donations. I mean, we're talking thousands and thousands of dollars. Donated that. Carrie and Sons did an incredible job. They actually we looked at some boats. I went with them. We looked at some boats, and since they know the lake, they found a boat that had real low draft, so we could get back up in the canals and stuff with it when the water's lower. They worked with the boat manufacturer to get the boat actually below cost for them, so they they worked on that. And then they did the install of all the equipment, and BRA did a donation, as well as some input on the size of the boat and different things, and ended up they got the boat yesterday. Now it's getting the crews trained up on it, getting them actually in the water driving the boat, so they can we can go out and drive boats all day long, but until you drive the boat that you're going to be using, and feel how it's going to be balanced with the pump in it and all that stuff. But as soon as they get that done, then the boat will actually be in service and ready to respond. It's things got. Did you see all the bells and whistles on it?
Oh yeah.
I mean, they've got first and foremost, it's a firefighting boat.
Right.
So it's got a pump in the front of it that's a 525 gallon per minute pump. It has its gun, deck gun that's mounted directly to the pump, and it can spray water 200 feet. I mean, it's and put a good steady stream down. And the way it's set up, they can pull up to the scene, drop a hose over the side of the boat, and start sucking water right out of the lake, start pumping it out. One of the cool features about it is the way the pump's set in there is they pull a couple pins, two people can take the pump out and set it on the dock if they're going out on some type of rescue and they know it's a rescue, or even if they're on scene of a fire, they can actually pull the pump out of the boat and then put it up on the shoreline and run the hose directly to the lake then and do that. They can supply water to the brush trucks. They can pull up at a some place where the brush trucks can get down to, and they can pull a hose line off that pump and put it onto the brush truck and feed the brush trucks to refill them. So that's a good asset.
Yeah.
It's got side scan sonar on it, GPS, remote lights. It's got, did you see the two like praying mantis things in the tail section? Those are hydraulic anchors, so they can pull in, and most of the canals and stuff are fairly shallow, and these things can actually go out and down and stick into the ground, and then the boat can sit there and spray water, do whatever it has to do, and the boat won't get pushed around by the water stream. So I mean, really neat setup. Awesome. Again, Carey and Sons, they put this boat together. A lot of custom fabrication for it, because while there's fire boats out there, Lake Granbury is a little bit unique on certain things, especially with the depths of the canals and all that. And with the water levels fluctuating, we really needed to have a boat that was specific for our lake. And Carey and Sons, the input from Brazos River Authority, I think we really got this. I mean, really cool tool to be out there. And while it's part of Indian Harbor, that was something else that the harbor itself stepped up. They donated a dock that is monitored by surveillance. It's going to be Crestwood has a welder coming out. It's going to weld a cage on it, and so that boat will be in the water 24/7, ready to go. And the way, kind of neat thing about it is where Indian Harbor is located at. When they come out of the harbor into the main lake, they're really in the middle part of the main population of the lake. It's where you get Indian Harbor and Comanche Harbor and all right there. Got Pecan down south, Bay Cordova right across the lake, Water's Edge right across the lake, and then they can shoot north just a little bit of ways and come up in the main part of the city and all that. A little bit more travel, they can go up to the Bentwater and Oak Trail Shores and Arrowhead Shores and all that stuff, but it really puts them for the majority of the population when you're thinking downtown Granbury, Water's Edge, Bay Cordova, Pecan, and all that stuff. Really puts it in a good location to respond out there. So
that's good.
We're looking forward to it.
Well, it seems like a wonderful addition, and from everything you've said and from everything that was said yesterday, it has so many bells and whistles, as you said, that it's going to be a wonderful tool to have. Yeah,
great. I mean, great asset, and it's something that there was some debate with some people on do we really need a fireboat here and all that. Well, when you think about how many homes are on the water, and how many of these big dock houses and stuff like that, we haven't had any major fires like that. We've had some boat fires and some stuff down close to the shore. We've had a couple of house fires that were close to the shore, and having this extra asset is just, it's going to make a difference at some point. And it may take a while before it actually does something where we say, oh my God, that's the only thing that could have done it was that boat. But it's it's going to make a big difference. I really think so. So
awesome.
It's good.
It's wonderful.
And again, it's all donations. That's what coolest part about it is. Is the corporations, businesses, and all that stuff really stepped up and donated a lot of money. This thing's. You'll see it out there at some point. When you see it, you'll understand.
Well, and that's a wonderful thing about Granbury is that there's the corporations and people, and when the time comes, they are willing to step up and donate what needs to be donated to get something done. So.
Oh, exactly. You know, at one point even the dispatchers got together and did some fundraising for it with a car wash and all that stuff. I mean, so yeah, it's been the chief was talking yesterday. Randy Smelts, the chief for Indian Harbor, about how it's a community asset. It's not an Indian Harbor asset. It's a community asset, and I think it's really neat because that's the way it is. It is a community asset, and the community is the one that bought this boat. I mean, they're the ones that went out there and either donated or raised money or whatever. And yeah, so it's again, I think it's gonna be a great asset. And looking forward to seeing it get out there and work.
Yeah.
Don't want it to have to work.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing it.
Even if it's just a test run, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So, you have anything else for us?
No. You know, we're still dealing with all the stuff on the emergency preparedness side and all that. We're gonna go down to South Texas project, which is in Bay City, south of Houston, and their power plant down there is gonna be doing an exercise in March. So we're gonna go down there and kind of see how they do things, so we you know, maybe learn something from it and all that.
Awesome.
Other than that, yeah, it's just been really kind of doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff right now.
Right. Yeah, I understand. Well, we definitely appreciate you coming in and letting us know everything that's going on, and we look forward to seeing a demonstration or something of the fireboat, definitely, and we'll see you next time.
See you next week.